Talk TV family. It's Friday the 19th of February, man. Salute to all my goons. Salute to everybody watching the channel. I had got a comment in the comment section asking me what my time was like down prison. You know what I'm saying? Once I hit like an actual prison, not jail, not the county, not reception. What my time was like down prison. So I'd like to take the time out to make this video for you, man. Thank you so much for the comment. And we're going to get into it. I believe, you know, you have to understand what my life was like before I went away in order to understand how comfortable I got once I went away. You know, I mean, from the time I was probably 16, 17 years old, you know, we got kicked out. We lost everything. We were on the streets. My whole life changed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've told you before in videos, you know, I thought I was involved. You know what I'm saying? Hanging around certain people, you know, going to certain cities and hanging out, shit like that. But you really don't know, man, until you get dropped in the bucket and there's no way out. You know what I'm saying? You just have to survive, period. There's no, you know what I'm saying? You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel that there is a way out, you know? So you just survive. And me and my mother were doing that for so long, man, 10, 15 years before I went away, you know, that I became numb to a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't care about anything or anyone just due to the fact, like, the shit that I was seeing going on around me since I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no self-love, there was no, you know, spread love, none of that. Everybody was going for self and everybody was doing whatever they had to do to get their next bag, you understand? And my mother was doing certain things, and I ended up, you know, extorting one of her friends, let's say, all right? And as I said, man, we bounced around a lot. We was in the streets, we was in hotels, we was living day to day, surviving, you understand? So by the time I had got locked up for the extortion charge, I don't know, man, it was like a double-edged sword, because like the way they came and got me, and you know, they had wiretaps and all this other shit. You know, you would think like I'd be looking at like, damn, man, I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about the time, honestly, though, when they locked me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so dried out from getting high and running and spending all this money and partying that, like, by the time they locked me up, bro, I didn't even know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even care, because all I was doing was surviving. I wasn't living a life. I didn't get all that money and all of a sudden, you know, become this genius, you know, that knows how to manage and market money and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was a dirty little street nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I happened to run into a scam or whatever that paid me a lot of money. You know? And I was too young and too stupid to even realize what to do with all that cash. You know? So you gotta understand, man, when you go from like having nothing and then you hit a lick and that shit's just paying off on the regular, plus I'm doing shit on the side, like I was good, fam, but I wasn't thinking about the future. I wasn't thinking about anything important. All I was thinking about is getting this money, partying, getting high, you know what I'm saying, showing out. So when they arrested me, which was a whole undercover sting, they have, like I said, man, they had wiretaps. They, you know, there was 2 people already working with the police to set me up. So it was a no-win situation when they ran down on me. You know what I'm saying? I had just took like 20,000 off the man and got out the car, and you know, they blitzed me like 1 block up. You understand? So now this is after months and months and months and months hitting this dude for that kind of money. You understand? So when I got locked up, like, it didn't even hit me, man. Like, I was, like I said, I was partying so much, I was getting so high, one day blurred into the next. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what week it was. You know what I'm saying? What month it was. I was just surviving. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea what to do with that money. So I get locked up. You know, I'm on the phone with my mother. I'm explaining everything that's going on because she didn't know. Honestly, she never knew what I was doing. She knew I had money all the time. She knew I was hitting her with money, making sure she was good. You know what I'm saying? But she never knew where the money was coming from. So when I get locked up, I'm on the phone. I'm telling her, you know, everything that's going on. And she's crying. She's heartbroken. You know what I mean? Because she knows they about to give me a whole bunch of time. But in my mindset, I didn't care. What was I missing? You know what I'm saying? What was I missing? I was homeless and living out of hotels for so long that I didn't even care. I was just happy to be settled in one place, on one chair, in one cell, and doing my damn thing. Because after the fog started to clear and shit like that, you know, I started to realize, like, damn, man, I got myself in a jam. You know? But at the same time, like, I didn't miss anything but my mother. I didn't miss the streets. I didn't miss any girlfriends. I didn't miss the lifestyle. None of that shit, bruh. When I got to prison, like, I immediately, like, became comfortable with the routine. I immediately became comfortable with 3 meals a day. I immediately became comfortable with gambling and you know what I'm saying, just jailing all day long. You know? I mean, because I was doing that in the street anyway. Except now, I actually had a place to call home. You understand? You know, that's just how it was. And I spent almost a year in the county fighting my case. I ended up copping out to a 7 with an 85, which, you know, 7 years plus the mandatory 3 years parole afterwards, which I fucked up, which is how I ended up serving the whole 10 years. Or just under. But when I got down prison, man, at the being in the county, like, it was fucked up. Because even after being in the county fighting my case, like, when I got my time, I knew I was going away. Like, all right, 7 years. I didn't even think about the number. I just knew I wasn't coming home for a while, and the only thing that broke my heart was not being able to be with my mother. Outside of that, I didn't care. I honestly, like, I got better in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cleaned up. I cleared my head out. I started reading. I started working out like crazy. You know, so by the time I touched prison, I was in good shape. You know, I had my head on my shoulders, and I was, you know, affiliated with a certain movement. So once I got down there and I clicked up with my bros, and, you know, we started making shit happen and turning things into what they should have been to begin with, you know, because things were just a mess. But I spent most of my time, man, you know, focusing on my situation and my surroundings. You know, I spent a lot of time reading. I spent a lot of time writing. I worked the big yard for about, I think, my first 2 years, man. And that was like the best job I had in my life, real shit. You know, I got to go open the yard every day, 3 times a day for rec. You know what I mean? So I got all the rec in the world. And like I said, man, it was the first time I felt like a little kid. Because it was the first time in my life. I didn't have to worry about shit. I didn't have to worry about where my next meal was coming from. I didn't have to worry about where I was sleeping that night. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of shit, bro. Like I said, man, the only thing I missed was my mom's. You feel me? But I would talk to her when I can. You know what I'm saying? Like once or twice a month or whatever. She, you know, like I said, she was on assisted living. So, you know, she would send money through every couple months or whatever. But I never asked. And I became, like, comfortable down prison. You know? And as crazy as that shit sounds, like, I looked forward to getting up every morning and going out there to open the big yard and play handball and work out and politic with the bros. I looked forward to that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like now all of a sudden, you know, people were looking for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made it a point to make sure I was in the yard every day just so I could see everybody, talk to everybody, be in tune. Like, I loved it. I loved it. It was like the first time in a long time that I actually had like family, people that cared about me, people that were checking up on me, looking for me. Yo, come on, yo, yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that shit was deep. Like, I don't want to say I fell in love with the shit or nothing like that, but like I did in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. You know, my life was so crazy before I went to prison that, like, I'm telling you, man, it was the first time in a long time I actually sat my ass down and stayed in one place around the same people for multiple years. You know what I'm saying? Because in the street, it's not like that. You know who you know is high goodbye. You know what I'm saying? You look out, I look out, whatever the case may be, but you keep it moving all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with different people every day, like boom, 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 boom. You know, in prison, it wasn't like that, man. You knew who everybody was. You knew who you could talk to, who you couldn't talk to. You know You know what I'm saying? You knew who to be around, not to be around. And we ended up turning that compound into something positively progressive, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got everybody to fall back in line with certain rules and regulations that we live by. And it was good for me. I needed that, bro. I needed that. So, again, like I said, man, for me, when I got down prison, it was different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they end up missing their families, their girlfriends. They left a whole bunch of shit behind. The only thing I left behind was my mother. You know what I'm saying? Everything else was day to day. You know what I'm saying? Cash, this, that, the third. Like, it was whatever I was doing that day. And I was doing that for 10, 15 years. So you could imagine, by the time I got locked up, I was exhausted. I'm dead ass. I was dead ass exhausted. And I think it saved my life. Because honestly, like, I didn't have no more left in me, man. I was giving it all I had, and I was going 1,000 miles an hour. You know, I didn't save nothing. I didn't invest in nothing. I blew it. Real talk. And hitting prison, man, it gave me time to think about a lot of things. You know? And I was making bad decisions for a long time. You know, I was following behind my mother and older people that was teaching me from when I was real young. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's the life they live, so it became my life. And then once it became my life, I just, you know, I learned as much as I could. I absorbed everything. I wanted to be around everybody. I wanted to be a part of that lifestyle. And it cost me 10 years in prison. But for me, that 10 years in prison saved my life. That 10 years in prison allowed me to come home and do YouTube. Put Real Talk TV together. So I could share my experiences with you. You understand? For a lot of people, it's not that easy. For a lot of people, man, once that door closes, they don't know what to do with themselves. That was the thing with me. Like, I always knew who I was. I was always able to look in the mirror and be like, you know, it is what it is, man. You got to do what you got to do. I was always able to do that. So when I got locked up and I had to face myself and all this time, it didn't bother me, man, because I already knew who I was. I already knew, you know what I'm saying, how I stood tall. Like, that's one thing about me. I'm a little dude, man. I'm a little scrappy, a little scrappy dude. But at the end of the day, my loyalty and my commitment to things, when I say that's it, I'm rocking with you, bro. There's nothing that'll ever change that. And I'm going through that now big time, man, with everything that's going on. Because, for me, when I went away and I became part of all that, and it was like a whole movement, like, it was beautiful. And now I feel like when I come home, you know what I'm saying, of course I got my lady who's a beautiful, woman, takes care of me, looks out, held me down when I was in the joint. Of course, I got good things going for me, but I miss it sometimes. I don't know, man. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the family, like, I don't know how they say it, but like the family structure or something like that. I miss people looking for me. I miss the family dinners we used to have in prison. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody would bring something to the table and we cook a big meal. Like, I miss that shit sometimes, bro, because I didn't have it before I went away. And now that I come home, like, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Things are definitely looking better for me, and I got positive things, coming. But, like, I don't know, man. That prison thing for me was a double-edged sword, man, because it was a blessing in disguise, probably saved my life, and it allows me to come home and share my experiences with you. But it could go either way, man. For me, it was a comfortable transition. Now, for some guys, like I said, man, it ain't that easy, As far as what I did when I was down in prison, like I said, man, when I first got there, it was a lot of working out. It was a lot of politicking, you know what I'm saying? A lot of jail shit. And basically my first 7 years, you know what I mean, when I did my first stretch, I didn't get involved in too much of anything as far as like school or GED or none of that stuff. I was 150 brolic, like neck deep over my head into what I was involved with. You know, so I spent a lot of time just jailing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I held a certain position, you know, where people needed me, I needed them. You know, I looked, you know, I don't know, man. I found something that was missing when I was in there. You understand? In my life. And now that I'm home, like I said, I'm trying to change all that. But yeah, after the first couple years working out and jailing and all that shit, I got sent to the camps, and then I got sent to a halfway back, and I was paroled for like 2 months. And they had me on the parole program in Elizabeth and all, you know, trying to jump through hoops. We got to be at the program, but yet we want you to find work. Like, how you going to find work if I got to be at the program? Like, it was a whole bunch of bullshit, and I got sent back for another 3 years, day for day. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even make it, like, you know, I didn't even make it 6 months. I don't even think I made it 3 months. And I got sent right back. On my second time around, bro, like, it was a lot of gambling to pass the time, which, you know, I'm not recommending. I did take some classes. I got my GED, my high school diploma. You know, I took some anger management and all those things. You know, I worked down in the garage. That was pretty good. Not because we had shit lined up where it was coming in, but like just in general, the job itself, like having to be somewhere every day, being around the same dudes. You know what I mean? Like I had a little team down there. Like, you know what I mean? People brought me in, and then once I got in, I brought, you know what I'm saying, my other brothers in. I think it was all bros and one Crip nigga. Matter of fact, 2 Crip niggas that was working the garage with us when we were down there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we passed the time like that, you know, working out, of course. And this all coincides with a video I'm going to do later today, probably, about 3 things you should stay away from in prison. You know what I mean? Because I passed my time with a lot of jailing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it was for me. You know what I'm saying? The streets, that lifestyle, like, it's just in me. It's always been in me since I was a little kid, man. Even though I was a little out of pocket when I was younger because I wasn't living in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just always knew, man, like where I was in the beginning isn't where I was supposed to be. Because, bro, there's a lot of shit, like, about my life that's crazy, man, that I look back and think on now, like dreams I had and shit like that, that, like, came into fruition, you know what I'm saying, as my life went on. There was things I seen when I was younger, like, nah, man, something ain't right. And then come to find out, you know what I'm saying, my parents, my mother was involved in all this street shit. And that's just how it took off, man. But time upstate, you do it how you can do it, fam. Some people read, some people sleep, some people work out, some people have a schedule, some people take classes. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the law library, fight your case. You know, these are all things that you could do that are available, readily available to you downstate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, you could have your people sending you art supplies and books and all kinds of different things, man. There's definitely a lot of ways to pass your time positively. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it is prison. It's prison rules, prison surroundings, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be aware, you know what I mean? You might be doing your own little thing, but you never know, man. Everybody in prison, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people in prison are sharks, man. They just looking for the opportunity. So, you know, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, man. But for me, yeah, like I said, man, it was different. It was different for me going downstate than it was for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It actually did me more good than not, because I was already so fucked up by the time I went to prison. There was nothing else you could teach me about doing bad. I did it all. You know? So it was a good thing for me, man. But I appreciate you asking, you know, what the time was like downstate. And I am going to make this video later on 3 things you should probably stay away from while in the penitentiary in New Jersey. So I appreciate you guys for watching, man. I wanted to make this video real quick for you, Real Talk TV family. And please like, share, subscribe, comment, show love, man. Real Talk TV. Lost one, save one, man. Hashtag lost one, hashtag save one. We got the merch out. We got the hoodies, the zip up pullovers, hats, coffee mugs, all that, man. Get in touch with me. I also have a TikTok, tunes_76. You can go there and tap my link tree in my bio, and that'll bring you to my YouTube, my Instagram, Facebook, I believe, Cash App. And over there you can see pictures of like the hoodies and some of the stuff I'm doing. I'm also making a video about that now too, merch that's already gone out. So look for that soon, man. Real Talk TV, thanks for listening. That's what it was like for me during my time, and we're gonna get into more videos, you know what I'm saying, break it down a little more extensively for you. But I'm already 20 minutes, and half of you don't even watch all the way through. So please, man, I appreciate y'all. Real Talk TV, salute.